All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. And I'd like to come out with another lesson. This one is just a little edification and understanding that there is a difference between the Israelites and the HAMITES, okay? And the Lord chose the Israelites, okay? So let me let you listen up real quick. This is she says she's an Egyptian, okay?
So I'm Egyptian, right? North African Egyptian. And I had some hating ass bitches back when I was in college trying to tell me that I was black. So I'm Egyptian, right? North African Egyptian. And I had some hating ass bitches back when I was in college trying to tell me that I was black. Even post-college trying to tell me like, oh no, you're black. You're black. Bitch, I don't even fucking look black. I don't even fucking look like a light-skinned black girl. I look like a fucking brown girl. These eyes are Arab eyes. Afro-Arab eyes, to be correct. But look at it. Imagine how desperate and low self-esteem you have to feel that fucking threatened by an Egyptian North African that acts more black than you and try to convince them like, oh, you're that race, you're that race. Because they see black people as smaller than Egyptians. Like, they feel like I'm something that they can never be because it's true. So these hating ass bitches kept trying to tell me that I was black and shit like that, and it's just like, bitch, get the fuck on with your black fatigue ass. You're just mad that you're a self-hating black girl, and you're mad that I'm more black than you, and I'm still brown. Ashe. So.
No, that would not be true. You're being Egyptian. If your father is an Egyptian, you are the seed of your father, right? Okay, you are the seed of your father. Okay, so if you are an Egyptian, all right, that would mean you would be a Hamite. Okay, Genesis chapter 10 and verses 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush, are the sons of Ham are Cush, Mizraim, Phut, and Canaan. All right, Mizraim represents the Egyptians. Okay, all right. Let's read about that real quick. Let me go over here to real quick to the Wikipedia, where it explains some things. Explain it to you straight out. Salakia. I looked it up earlier. So there we go. Okay. In the Bible, Mizraim refers to both a son of Ham, Noah's grandson, and the ancient Hebrew name for Egypt. You see that? Okay. So she is a Hamite. If her father is an Egyptian, she's claiming, to be a Hamite. All right. So does that make her special or over the Israelites? Because she's speaking about so-called black people, which black, that was a social construct that was made up by the so-called white man. All right, he pretty much brought that forth, all right, and established control over the earth. All right, okay, all right, we are nations, all right, a people, okay, and she represents the nation of Ham. All right, Mizraim, through Mizraim, the son of Ham. All right, and the so-called Negro represents Jacob, the sons of Jacob. All right, the 12 tribes. Okay, so that's what she really doesn't quite get. All right. So she believes that she's better than the Israelites, which is not true. So we'll get right to the point, go to Deuteronomy, we'll go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. And it says, "For thou art an holy people," it's talking about the Israelites, "unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." Okay? And at one time they had us in servitude. All right? The so-called Hamitic nations of Mizraim, the children of Mizraim, okay? We'll say that. And they had us in servitude. All right? Let me see, can I find that real quick? All right. Exodus chapter 11, we'll read to 7. "And the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go. Hence, when he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor and every woman of her neighbor jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of the Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, about midnight when I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. Okay, so the Lord judged the Egyptians, Mizraim. All right, and this is the point of the whole lesson, verses 7. But against any of the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes that she's speaking about, the so-called black people, all right, this is what the Lord did. He said, okay, this is what Moses said, okay. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord, Yahweh, it's in the capital letters, his name is Yahweh. All right, we say Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, all right, that the Lord does put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel, okay? So the Lord judged the Egyptians, all right? And have they risen again back into power, the so-called dark-skinned people of Mizraim, okay, over there? Have they risen back into power and took over Egypt? No, they have not, and they're not gonna. All right, the Lord cast them down, just like he's gonna cast down Edom, the Edomites. Okay, the Lord allowed the Edomites and the Arabs to conquer the Egyptians. Okay, they were conquered. All right, we'll read about the Greeks conquered them. The Greeks took over the land. All right, the so-called white man at some point, the Ptolemies. All right, let's go there real quick. Let me just go back to, I had looked that up in Google too. All right, we'll go to that to prove that real quick. All right, and I looked up the Ptolemies in the Bible and the Edomites. So let's read about it. It says the Ptolemies, Greek rulers of Egypt, 305 to 30 BCE, and Edomite descendants of Esau, later called Idumeans, intersected in Bible history through the Hellenistic period. Hellen, all right, they Hellenized the Jews, the tribe of Judah. They forced them to become Greeks. And that's what Paul was speaking of, and neither Jew nor Greek, all right, because they Hellenized them, the so-called white man. All right. After Alexander the Great died, 4 generals went into gain power, and they took over Egypt. They also were evil, which was I think it was Antiochus. They were evil toward the tribe of Judah, which were the Jews. Okay, it was a Hellenistic period. All right, so a Hellenistic period with the Ptolemaic rule impacted the Idumeans, Edomites, who were forced to convert to Judaism, or they were forced to keep the law by the Maccabees, and eventually formed part of the Jewish populace, including King Herod the Great. So the one who put who came against Yahushua to kill him as a child was an Edomite. Okay, while some ancient writers like Ptolemy, the historian, noted the Idumeans' non-Jewish origins, the Ptolemaic dynasty itself dealt with Jewish communities but faced internal struggles with Jews caught in their conflicts with Seleucid. But that's neither here nor there. But I wanted to get a point in here. Key connections. Edomite Idumeans, originally the people of Edom, descendants of Esau. They were pushed out of their territory and eventually settled in the southern Judea, becoming known as Idumeans. Forced conversions. During the Hasmonean Maccabean period, the Idumeans were forcibly converted to, they had to keep the law of the Lord. Okay, converted to Judaism, interacting them into the Jewish people. Okay, so in other words, the Maccabees, from the tribe of Judah, made the Edomites convert. Okay, Ptolemaic rule. The Ptolemaic dynasty in Egypt ruled over Judea intermittently, leading to periods of both tolerance and persecution. I'm trying to get to the point I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to say is the Ptolemies were the Edomites. That's what I'm trying to get to. Hold on a second. All right, but that is the case. The Ptolemies were the so-called white man. They took over Egypt. So there's really nothing to be proud about. She has nothing to be really proud about. They were conquered, all right, by the Greeks. They were conquered. Also, the Arabs moved in there, okay, all right, and took over. So if she is of the Hamitic lineage, there's nothing to brag about, okay, because the Lord is going to give the kingdom of heaven, the whole earth, to the Israelites, the very people that she is speaking against. All right. Okay. I was trying to find that point. But anyway, these are the same people. The Idumeans, the Ptolemy, same people. All right. Okay. All right. So I just thought I would point that out. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rikakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. Shalom.